Earth is a crowded place. The 2011 census recorded approximately 87 million species across the land and sea. For the MAHA TET, navigating this vast population requires a specific organizational system. Recalling the traits of 87 million individual organisms is impossible. Without a logical filing system, the sheer volume of biological data becomes unmanageable. Scientists solved this by creating groups and subgroups based on observable biological traits, organizing life by shared characteristics and dividing it by key differences. Identifying an organism's group allows you to predict its basic structure, lifestyle, and survival mechanisms, even if the specific species is unfamiliar. The primary map for the system was established by American ecologist Robert Harding Whittaker. In 1969, he divided all living things into 5 distinct kingdoms. This flowchart illustrates his classification. Living organisms split into 2 branches based on cellular complexity: prokaryotes and eukaryotes. He applied 2 criteria: evaluating cell structure to separate simple monera and assessing nutrition, distinguishing those that produce, absorb, or ingest food. Understanding the structural logic of this 5-kingdom chart allows you to deduce the biological traits of thousands of microbes simultaneously during the exam. While macroscopic life is easier to observe, the majority of Whittaker's kingdoms operate entirely out of sight, down at the microscopic level. This blue hierarchy chart classifies these invisible, numerous microorganisms. They divide into prokaryotes, simple cells without a distinct nucleus, like bacteria, and eukaryotes, which possess a true nucleus. These complex cells branch further into protista, fungi, and algae. We measure this world in micrometers, 1/millionth of a meter. For the smallest particles, the scale drops to nanometers, which are 1/billionth of a meter. Distinguishing between a simple prokaryote and the complex eukaryote serves as a primary tool for eliminating trap answers on multiple-choice science questions. Within the eukaryotic branch, we find the protista codom. These high-magnification images of paramecium and amoeba show single-celled organisms with a true nucleus enclosed in a nuclear membrane. To navigate their environments, these organisms use specialized adaptations for locomotion, moving via false feet called pseudopodia, hair-like cilia, or whip-like flagella. The fungi kingdom consists of eukaryotes that lack green pigment and cannot perform photosynthesis. This diagram shows their sporangium releasing spores. They survive through saprotrophic nutrition, absorbing nutrients from decaying organic matter. Algae are aquatic eukaryotic organisms. As seen in this image of chlorella, they possess chloroplasts, allowing them to produce their own food through photosynthesis. Despite their size, these 3 eukaryotic groups possess survival mechanics, such as hunting and light harvesting, that mirror the complexities of the macroscopic world. On the prokaryotic side, bacteria are the primary examples. Illustrated here in shapes like coccus and spirillum, these are independent cells that reproduce rapidly through simple binary fission. Moving even deeper into the nanometer scale, we encounter viruses. These are 10 to 100 times smaller than bacteria. This electron microscope image of the tomato wilt virus shows why they are a biological paradox. Viruses exist at the edge of living and non-living. They are inert molecules of DNA or RNA that only replicate after invading a host cell. Because they break Whittaker's standard classification rules, viruses are frequently used for trick questions on competitive exams. We can now apply this framework to a practical exam scenario. Consider this question: which is not classified as a microorganism? Options: bacteria, virus, amoeba, or dog. We can eliminate the first 3. They are microscopic entities in Whittaker's system. This leaves the dog. The distinction between macro and microorganisms makes the correct choice immediate. Remember these key facts. Bacteria are simple prokaryotes. Fungi are saprophytes. Viruses exist on the borderline of life and require a host to function. Using a system to categorize life is more efficient than memorizing individual traits. Subscribe for more strategic breakdowns of high-yield MAHA TET topics.